Welcome to Stuck in My Mind podcast, the show where we dive into the mind of a regular guy on his road to self-discovery. You'll hear everyday people just like you share the latest topics, personal stories, and things they've learned along the way. And now, please welcome your host, Wise.
And welcome to another episode. I am your host, WIZE, and I have a very special guest on. He's actually from the Bronx, so I'm glad to have a fellow New Yorker on the show today. Welcome to the show, King SM. What's going on?
Good, my brother. What's good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I definitely hear. I hear the background. Can
Yeah,
tell
I'm
you in
trying
the
to make sure
city.
you don't. Trying to make sure
It's
you
all
don't hear
good, man.
that too.
It's life, man. That's what happens, man.
You know how it is living out here in New York. It ain't never
Yeah,
quiet out here.
definitely not. That's why I had to move up into the mountains in Pennsylvania, man. It's so much peaceful, and just had to get away from the craziness of the city.
I respect it. I respect it. Listen, I'm thinking about moving to Jersey. I'm really not trying to go too far. Still love my home.
Well, yeah, no, I still love the city. I'm still. It takes me another hour and a half, 2 hours to get back to the city. Isn't it's so if I want to get my little city fix, I can always get back home. But home is where it's where you're at, man. It's where you make it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's that's a real fact. Because when I actually had to move to Virginia at a certain point in time of my life, I was looking at it like, it's too slow out here. I guess I was too used to the fast pace. Everything comes, the moment you wake up, you making your next dollar. Besides you being in a slow pace situation to where it's like you looking over your shoulder looking for the next dollar and you know it's not really coming. You're looking for the next opportunity to pop up. Like, you gotta create that opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what I want to do is give people an opportunity. Like I was talking when I was talking to you offline, I was telling you I have an internet radio. Well, my goal with the internet radio was to give artists and radio personalities a chance to be on the radio. Like I had my man Quest the MC on, and he had never been on the radio before. So what I did was I had a artist spotlight night with him live on the radio and played his music, and we would play his track and he would talk about what that track meant to him, what he was going through when he wrote the track, whatever. And it was a pretty good show, but it stemmed from us actually sitting down and doing the podcast.
Mm. Okay.
So we actually recorded we recorded twice. Well, we recorded once, and then we did a live show, and I messed up not recording the live show. Like I said, it's a growing. I'm learning this on the fly. So when we recorded the radio show, I didn't record the radio show, which really sucked because it was a pretty good show.
Yeah.
But my goal
Well,
was to have is to come is to no my goal was to have MC have artists that aren't mainstream or don't get the play that they
it's
necessarily.
supposed-
Yeah, like because if you I know the politics in New York City. It's who you know. I'm saying I know the politics in the music in the industry is who you know. If your connections have people in radio stations to play your shit, then they'll play it.
that's a fact. That is a known fact. Like how it is out here now, you really gotta be in a lot of showcases. If you're not in a lot of showcases, there's no way that you're really gonna get seen or heard the way that you really want to get heard. Most of the time it's always it really is who you know. But when we do these showcases, the people that be winning, you will see that it's like, all right, they really put in that work in order to get to where they need to be. You know, and then it's like you'll see the people that just blew up within a year, and then it's like, how did they get there? Most of the time, it's either the TikTok situation or Instagram or Facebook. They really didn't have to put in that work, so it's kind of like an easier route. for artists
Well,
nowadays. You
it's
know,
yeah,
anybody.
yeah, it's a different. It definitely is a different time from when back in the days when artists were being pigeonholed at record labels and not owning their music and all this stuff. Whereas now you have a lot of independent artists who are who aren't on a major label, but they go viral. One song goes viral, and that takes them to the next level. And that's I guess that's
Mhm.
what sometimes what you need is just that one track to go viral, and people really hear who you are, and you can take off.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of what TikTok is really doing for everybody now. To be honest, I even was in that mind frame to where it was like I need one of those TikToks in order to, take off, which is kind of true because you need a viral song nowadays in order for people to, catch some type of attention towards you, or even just pay you any type of mind because people can hear you. It's cool. They share your video, but that don't mean that they will. You know? That don't mean that they actually gonna go and pay attention to what you got coming out next. So they might not even really be interested in you. So that's
Yeah.
that's that's the main thing that I feel like is more important than a viral song right now. That I've been trying to bust my brain in order to get out, but it's like I feel like people got to know who I am first as a person. I got to get back to the main core of how things used to be.
Oh yeah, because that's one thing. And as far as hip hop is putting on a great show, like it's not. It's just great to have. Yeah, it's good to have songs and all that. But a lot of the artists from back in the day, hip hop artists, were real great showmen when they had shows,
Yeah.
concerts, whatever. And That's where a lot of them actually made their money. They didn't make their money off of their albums. They
Hmm.
weren't. I'm saying they made their money from doing live shows. And right now is a little bit more difficult because of what we're going through with the pandemic. So people have to find other ways to showcase themselves, and a lot of them are doing StreamYard or Zoom or different things to change that. I'm saying that they have to do in order to get their names out there.
That's see what there's a lot of noise going on, so I was trying to really hear exactly what you were saying. But with the mainstream situation right now, it's very it's very messy, as we all like to say, because it's so easy for you to become mainstream, but it's like goes back to what you were saying as far as that how how did you get there basically? How did you literally start? If you're not putting on a show basically, and how I look at it is as much as I want people to know me, a lot of people really don't care nowadays. They just want that show. So if I'm giving you a good show, then at the end of the day, that's what's going to do up for me. It's going to put me in a position to where I need to be. But then also, as I'm in that position, I can start changing your mind structure because now you're paying me some type of attention, you know?
Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. So what, like, at what age did you know you wanted to do music? Like,
To be honest, I really can't even recall the age, but uh it's funny because I remember when I was like, well, I don't quote unquote remember, but I was told by my mother when I was like 7 years old that I had like a black leather jacket on. Well, Usher came out with My Way, like I did a whole entire video, when the VHS
yeah,
tapes was out and all that. And they had it recorded on it. And when I was older, like 13 or something, like I would go back and watch that tape and be like, that's crazy. But from I want to say the age of 11 until like literally now, like as I'm listening to music, I will rewrite the words in my head. Like literally, I will be sitting there listening. Say it could be Jay-Z for instance, or Meek Mill or Jim Jones or whoever the case may be. And as I'm hearing their lyrics, I would be remixing it in my head as I'm listening to it. So once I realized I was constantly doing that, it was like I knew it was a gift because it was like I know mostly everybody does it, but it's like in my head, I know what I was saying. People need their head, and it's like that's when I really started paying attention to the rap scene around like the age of 12, and I started paying attention to the smack battles and all of that when everybody started coming out with the DVDs and all of that. Cocaine Boy era, French Montana and all of that. That's when I really started realizing like, oh, okay, like I'm really in tune with music. I love music. That's what I really want to do. And one day I actually sat down and I rewrote I think it was a Lloyd Banks song or something to that song. And I rewrote it in the back of my notebook while I was sitting in class. Like I was listening, headphones and all of that, and I'm listening. I was writing the whole entire song over. And the teacher came over and was like, "Yo, what you doing?" I told him, and he was just like, "All right, cool." But any other teacher would have snatched it away, sent you to the principal or sent you to the detention. Teacher was like, "No, just relax, continue your work." But at the end of the class, like I told you, and at the end of that class, they ended up putting me in a poetry class that led me to what I'm doing now, and that led me to understand how to express myself through words and actually paint you a picture, you know. But
Yeah.
I really can't recall what age and all of that, but around from like the age, I'd say 11 to 12 was when I really realized it was like, oh, okay, I love music. But once I became a teenager was when I really took it serious and I actually dropped my first single. I believe I was like 18 at the time. It was like in 2016. Yeah, 2016. Dropped my first single titled "Jumping Out the Banjo," featuring an old friend of mine by the name of Chris.
Okay. Oh, so I see you got you released something on Spotify in 2020.
Yeah, I released it. I released it was a project. I really wanted it to be an EP, but I know a lot of people are gonna look at it as an album. But it
Yeah.
was really supposed to be an EP. It had like seven songs. I want to say like at least 7 tracks. It was titled "Love Over Lust," and that was really my way of showing people that I can step out of the quote unquote hip hop box. Everybody's always once you come out a certain way, you come out with just you talking that drill shit or you just talking music, period. And it has to be some type of street mentality. I had to show people that I could step away from that and actually focus on the women and you know give them another side.
Okay,
And I
definitely
also
dope, dope.
I did the same thing this year. I released 2 singles. One was titled NYT, basically giving you the glimpse of New York City and how things are going. And then the second one was titled Your Work, which is basically for the women to let them know like you are appreciated more than you even know.
Well, if you don't mind, can we play NYC? I got it right here.
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
All right, this is King SM NYC. All right, that was NYC King SM. Yo, that was dope, man.
Thanks, bro. Thanks.
That was definitely
Doing my
dope,
best,
man.
you know.
That has some fire to it, man. Like me being a New York City kid, man, I appreciate that. That was dope.
Thanks. I know a lot of people is gonna appreciate the paid in full line, you know. The people that are really in tune with paid in full, that really know how things is going at that certain point in time.
Yeah, that's dope. So, what are you doing specifically to stand out? What are you trying? What are you doing to make people recognize you?
Hmm. Be honest, just giving them motivation. I want people to realize that you are in control, you know. And I put out certain Instagram videos and certain TikToks and all of that to give them inspiration and to motivate people and to realizing that you can accomplish your goal. A lot of people will sit here and tell you that, you know, you gotta relax certain times, you gotta take your time. Granted, you have to take your time, but as you take your time, do your homework, you know, learn the knowledge of wisdom that's around you and that you see on the everyday basis, how you see everybody else doing it. It'll make your life just a little easier instead of you sitting there stressing. You know? So I always felt like that by me speaking my mind and letting people know how I really feel about certain situations, whether if it's in their life and whether if it's in my life, that it'll make them look at life a little easier. Because it might sound harsh when I'm saying it, but just know I mean nothing but genuine love behind it.
Yeah, definitely, man. I feel you because to me, I feel if one person who listens to any of my shows, if one person just listens to, if one of my shows can help one person live a better life, then I feel like I'm doing the right thing. I'm on the right path. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Like I found my voice. I found what I want to do. I found my purpose, and it's being behind this mic. It's me helping bring content out there that is positive, that is inspirational, that is wanting people to listen to us and be like, yo, they regular people like me. They like, and then regardless of what field you in, maybe that is like that can inspire you to do what you want to do, whatever it is.
Exactly.
I'm saying you don't necessarily have to be an MC or a podcaster. Maybe there's something else that inspires you and that you want to do, but you've always been afraid to do it because people around you've been telling you, "Oh, you can't do it." And
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is. We've always been told our entire lives, "Oh, we can't. You can't do that. You can't do that. You're not capable of doing
And
that."
what's funny about what you're saying? I always felt like the people that always tell us that we can't do it or we can't make it is the people that try to make it. And
And
pay
they
attention
make
to
it.
my key word.
Yeah, and quit.
You know what I'm
And
saying? Like, and they didn't make it. Try, like, try lead to a failure. So you tried and you kept trying and trying, but yet you wasn't doing nothing to make sure that you was staying on point.
yeah, people
You
try
feel
to
me? So,
listen. People who try to do the same thing over and over and over, and try to find
mhm.
different results, but they're doing the same thing. That's the definition. That's the definition of insanity, of you doing the same thing over and over again, trying to find different results.
You're literally being narcissistic towards yourself. Like, literally.
Listen, I know personally, I don't know everything, but that's why I have a team. I have some great people. I surround myself around people that do. Like if I don't know somebody, somebody on my team is gonna have the answer for me.
Exactly.
Cause
Exactly. And that's true. That's why you got to keep people around you that you moving the exact same way how you want them. They can show you the tricks and the traits. And if you pay attention long enough, you'll be able to surpass them and then bring them along with you.
it's not like I'm not in competition with anyone. I'm in competition with myself. I push myself to want to be the best. I don't look at any other podcast and be like, oh, I need to be better than them. No, I need to be better. I need to be better than myself. I need to be better than what I was yesterday. That's it.
Mhm.
I need to improve and grow and develop every day. And every time I get behind this mic, and every time I record a show, I'm improving. I'm getting better. I'm learning. There's different. I'm figuring out now that I'm a video podcast because prior to the previous probably last 20 episodes I've recorded have been
Mhm.
video included because I had a guest come on and their specialty was branding and marketing and all this stuff. And when they came on the show, they're like, "You don't do video?" And I'm like, "No." And they kept, "And you don't do video?" And I'm like, "No." And then and they kept pushing me like, "You sure? You serious? You don't do video?" I'm like, "Yes, I do video." And since then, all my podcasts have been I've been recording my podcast audio and video because they and I knew the reason why they was pushing me because it gives me extra content. It gives me something else to push out there. Just not just my audio. It gives the video. The video is also extra content that I could put out and spread my words and spread what I'm doing out there.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Because it's funny you say that because a friend of mine by the name of Marcel, he also has a podcast, Soul Talking Ratchet. He literally showed me this app to where I was able to have the access to even have this interview with you. And ever since then, every time when I get a chance to talk to him, I thank him. Then I know after a certain point in time, it's going to get annoying to him, but it's like, nah, I have to keep thanking you because if it wasn't for you giving me that outlet that I was looking for, it's no way I'd have been able to start having these interviews nonstop. There's no way I'd have been able to actually get my voice out there another way. And this is another thing that he was putting.
No, I think this is an excellent way for MCs to go out there and put themselves out there is going on podcasts because podcast is the next step. Like people gonna sit and record. People gonna listen to podcasts or watch a podcast, and it just gives you another outlet to go out there and let people hear your content, let people know what you're doing, and that's awesome. Like you would want people to be able to go out there and listen to what you have. We just lost them right quick, but let's just keep it going. You want people like I feel if you're an up and coming artist that you need to go out there and do as many podcasts as possible because people are out there listening. Podcasts have exploded in the last couple of years. It's been amazing. People have just started recording podcasts and I like that. I love that. I want people to go out there and be creative and create podcasts and do what you're doing and continue to do what you're doing. So that's why I feel if you're an artist or you're a musician or if you can go on podcasts and promote your music, do it. It's worth it. You're gonna build a different audience. You're gonna have people that you've never had before. Like I
If you
would
could hear
recommend
me,
it.
you
I hear
sound
you.
like you lagging, so I'm gonna come out and come back in.
Yeah, I hear you. But yeah, I know you. I lost you, so I just kept talking about what they need to do out there just to keep like do podcasts. If you can do it, then do them. If you're an author and you have a book you want to sell, start looking for podcasts to be on and promote your book. This is right now. This is an outlet for businesses and business owners and creators to put their content out. If you can go be on a podcast, be on a podcast. That's what I have to say for people. Do it. I highly I love going being a guest on podcasts. It helps me but I love being a guest. I love doing my podcast, but I also as well love being a guest because I don't have to do all the extra work that I have to do when I do my podcast. Of course, I have to edit my podcast. I have to promote my podcast. So when I'm a guest, it's so much easier for me to do it. All right. So what else is going on? Like I have some ideas for the show. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna set up a little bit more structure for the show. I'm excited for the future. It's the YouTube numbers are doing well. I'm I'm part of a new network, the Independent Entertainment Network. We're coming out soon, so you will be seeing some of my videos on that network as well as my personalized channel. And it's giving me an opportunity to just put my name out there and continue to give people great content and to continue to strive for what I want, and that is to be able to leave a legacy for my family and leave something for my family that it's honorable, I guess. But no, man, listen, any artists out there, if you want to be a guest on my podcast, hit me up. I love having creative people on. If you're an entrepreneur and you want to talk about your business, come on up, hop on in. We can definitely set something up. It's I just have a great time talking to people. People are amazing. You never realize how much you have in common with people from all types of life, like from all walks of life. Like when I was talking to Stravos yesterday, was it Stravos that I was talking to yesterday? No, it was Walt that I spoke to yesterday, and Walt was amazing. All right, so all right, now I know everybody's tired of hearing me talk. I've been running my mouth while you were gone because with the technical difficulties, but it's great to have you back.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's
Can you see me though?
it's cool. If not, it's fine. I can hear you.
Yeah,
So that's all we
yeah.
need is
I
for you.
don't know what's going on with the visual right now, but
You know what? If you can see us, can you see yourself?
nah, I can't even see myself.
Oh wait, oh no, it's black now. Well, it's all good. We continue to go. But what I was saying is, it's good that you're doing podcasts because right now this podcasts are hot. Like this is the thing right now. This is where people are doing to promote themselves. And so if you have the opportunity to go on a podcast, do it, man. Keep doing them. Do them. And you know what? And you're gonna reach different types of audiences.
Yes, definitely. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. 'Cause this is like my third interview. I want to
Yeah.
say so. I know I already know I'm already reaching a lot of different platforms that I would be reaching if I wasn't doing these interviews. Especially
Yeah.
with the way the algorithm is going on Instagram and how the social media is going. It's like if you don't got a certain amount of followers, they're not really putting you out there like that. Or if you're not paying for ads, and even when you do still pay for ads, you really don't get as much streams or even
Listen,
likes or
it's
comments.
crazy. No, it's crazy because when you boost the ads, they're just boosting it to your friends. Like those are the first people they're boosting it to. Is they'll boost it to the rest of your Facebook friends list or whatever that wouldn't see your timeline at because it only shows your timeline to a certain amount of friends. So all that does is boost it up to the friends that haven't been seeing your content.
Yeah, that's true. That's exactly that's all it does. Because when I paid for my first ad, I dropped my first EP, which was "The King Is Born," and I paid for the ad, and I got like 1,000 likes. And I was kind of shocked, like, oh, yeah, that's good, because I only had like I say 1,500 people following me. But
Yeah.
when I started looking at the likes, I'm literally seeing everybody that I follow, and then I only seen like a couple of bots, and then a couple of randoms. It's like, yeah, I'm basically paying for y'all to promote it to the people that I know.
Yeah,
That's not the whole point. It's like I want to see some blue checks and all of that.
yeah, but yeah, but don't get me wrong. Like, don't get me wrong that I'm saying ads don't get it twisted. Like some ads do work. Like if you sometimes
Yeah.
you run the right ad and it blows you up. It will. So let me not say that ads do not work because they do. Because I've boosted some videos and stuff like that, and
Yeah, I gotta I'm losing connection again.
yeah, it's been one of those shows, man.
Yeah,
Tech
this is one of those shows, bro.
shows.
'Cause
But you know what? They're not trying to let us get this message out. But we're gonna get it out. We still here.
oh yeah, because I'm even moving from my location right now. Like I have to move. There's no way.
it's going good though, man. We still have some content. We still got enough content out there recorded. So even with you in a black screen, we have the audio. So that's all good.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I'm trying to get this camera in order too while I'm walking.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
this camera is not even coming back on.
It's all but yo, it's now. This is the part of the show where I need you to plug away, man. Let them know where they can find you. Like I said, I found you on Spotify. Where else?
You can also find me on Tidal. You can also find me on iTunes. I'm on iHeartRadio. You can even Google me. My name is King SM. I'm also on Instagram at It's King SM. I'm also on Facebook under Stress the Dawn Montana quotations King SM. You can find me on Twitter King SM. You can find me on TikTok King SM. Literally, I'm everywhere, any and everywhere that I need to be.
And I will be putting all that in this description when I release the video on YouTube and when I release the audio on all of my other platforms, Spotify, Apple, Google. You already know my show's on all major platforms, man. And it's been great having you on, brother. This is I actually want to invite you to do an artist spotlight with me on the radio station and sometime in the next couple of weeks if that's cool with you.
I'm definitely down to it.
So
Definitely.
what I'm gonna need from you is probably 6 or 7 tracks, 8 tracks that you want to play and talk about what they mean to you.
All right, I got you. I got you. Even if you want to pick them, doesn't matter to me. I still break them down because every track that I put out, it really has a meaning.
And I figured that usually artists their songs have meaning to them. So that's why
Mhm.
I'm doing the artist spotlight is to have people like I said that aren't well known and want to get their music out there. And it's not like my radio station is a huge radio station. It isn't. It's an up and coming radio station. But we're growing. But I want to give the opportunities. That's my goal is to give people opportunities.
Definitely, definitely. I respect it. I'm definitely down to it, man. So let
All
me know
right.
whenever
So
it is. Shoot me down, bro.
definitely, definitely. Well, when we finish this recording, we'll talk a little bit backstage. But don't leave just yet, and we'll talk in a few minutes. All right. So now it is time for shout outs. Big shout out to my Real Wise fam, Poppy J, Brandy J. Love you guys. Big shout out to the boss lady, Fina. Love you, baby, and appreciate you. And as always, a big shout out to all the essential workers out there. God bless you. Be safe. And you know how your boy Wise does it. Peace out.
Thanks for listening. Listen on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, and TuneIn. Find us on social media on Twitter at wise_b_blunt, Instagram at wise_b_blunt, and a Facebook fan page, www.facebook.com/wise76. Check back soon for new episodes. Until next time, peace out.